Hello everyone, my name is Shivani Jain. I am an assistant professor in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. I am from IT department and let's learn about sets today. First thing first, sets की definition क्या है, sets होते क्या है? It is a well defined and unordered collection of different elements. What do you mean by well defined? जैसे हम एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं कि अगर हमें एक सेट बनाना है जिसमें हम अपने 5 फेवरेट म्यूजिशियंस के नाम लिखे, तो मेरे 5 जो फेवरेट म्यूजिशियंस होंगे वो अलग होंगे, पर्सन बी के अलग होंगे, पर्सन सी के अलग होंगे. तो अगर हम एक सेट लिखते हैं इन 5 म्यूजिशियंस का, तो सबका सेट अलग अलग होगा, राइट? तो दैट इज वाई दे आर नॉट वेल डिफाइंड. दीज थिंग्स आर सब्जेक्टिव, दैट इज वाई इट इज नॉट अ सेट. बट अगर हम बोलते हैं कि हमें सेट बनाना है जिसमें हम सारे वॉवल्स इंक्लूड करेंगे इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज के, तो अगर हम तीन जने या फिर जितने भी लोग हैं, अगर वो सेट बिल्ड करेंगे उसका, तो उसमें सारे एलिमेंट्स सेम होंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर हम सेट बनाते हैं वॉवल्स का, तो वो होगा ए, ई, आई, ओ एंड यू. तो अगर कोई भी ये सेट बनाने की कोशिश करता है तो सारे एलिमेंट्स सबके क्या होंगे? सेम होंगे. तो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज अ सेट, बिकॉज इट इज वेल डिफाइंड. नेक्स्ट इज अनऑर्डर्ड, means the order does not matter. If you will write another set B is equal to I, E, A, U and O, it does not matter. The order does not matter. A is equal to B and they both are sets because they fulfill the definition of set. Next, some of the examples of sets are set of all positive integers, a set of all planets in the solar system, because all planets are well defined and fixed, so it will be a set. Next is another states, a set of all the states in India, and the set of all the lower letter cases of alphabet, which will include A to Z letters. Next, these are some points to remember that we should know about sets. Objects, elements and members are all the same things. These are the members of sets basically. Set is usually represented by capital letters and its members are represented by small letters. If an element belongs to a set, we use this Greek symbol epsilon. And we say A belongs to A. Like A is a member and this capital A is a set. And small a is a member. And we write A belongs to A, or if any element does not belong to a set, we use this symbol and we say B does not belong to set A. These are some of the particular mathematical sets that we will be using in the course. For example, set of natural numbers. So when we will be talking about natural numbers, we will use the capital letter N. And set of all integers is equal to Z, or you can represent that set by Z. Then set of all rational numbers is represented by Q. All the set of real numbers is represented by R. Set of positive integers is represented by Z plus. Set of all rational numbers by Q plus, and set of all positive real numbers by R plus. These are the common mathematical sets that we will be using in the course. That is why they are important and mentioned here. Next, we can solve few questions or look at few questions like what are the example of sets who fulfills the definition of set. For example, the collection of all the month of the year beginning with letter J. So if anyone will going to write this set, he will mention only these elements and these well defined fixed elements. For example, January, February is not included, March no, April no, May no, June and July. Rest of the months are not included because they do not start with J. So anyone who will write these sets, these letters or these members, I would say, is gonna get the same result. So it is well defined and order does not matter. So it is a set. So this is a set. Let's take an example of all the team of 11 best cricketer batsmen of the world. Okay. For example, person A will make this set. He will have different sort of players. Another person will have different sort of players. So this is not a set because this is a subjective thing. Likewise, 10 most talented writers. I might have another opinion. Some person might have another opinion. So this is also not a set. A collection of all the boys in your class. This is a fixed thing. So that is why it is a set. Likewise, we can solve. You can try all these questions as well. There are two methods which we can represent a set. First is roster form and another is set builder form. These both representations have their benefits of their own, and we will look which is used and when. Roster form is basically we list all the elements and separate it by comma and enclose it with curly braces. Okay, for example, set of all natural numbers which are divided by 2 can be represented in roster form like this. A set of English vowel alphabets can be represented like this. If set is an infinite set, then we use this notation like continuing. It represents, it continues. Set builder form is basically we mention the common property shared by all the elements of the set. For example, if we represent this set in set builder form, we will write curly braces. We will start with curly braces. X, which is an element of the set, is and its property separated by colon. That is, X is a vowel in English alphabet. So, yeah, we can solve these questions. For example, X is a natural number less than 6. And if we want to represent this set in a roster form, we will going to write A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Like this, we can solve rest of the questions. For example, a set of all letters in the word better. We can write like this. B, comma, E, comma, T. We will not repeat T because it would be redundant, and set do not have, can have redundant elements, but we do not write it. R is also included and E is also repeated, so will not include it. So this is the set in roster form. Likewise, we can solve this question as well. It will help you, going to help you in understanding the concept better. For example, if we want to represent this set in the form of set builder form, we can write, because these are all the multiples of 3, we can write X and its property. X is a multiple of N and N is a natural number and it is between 1 to 4. Likewise, if we take this set, in set builder form, we can write its property as X is equal to N square, where N is a natural number and N is between 1 and 10, both included. So that's how we can represent the sets. Next is Venn diagram. Basically, pictorial representation of a set is very important because when things get complicated, it is better to picturize the whole thing. So that is why we use Venn diagrams. In Venn diagrams, we have a universal set represented by a rectangle. It includes all the possible cases, you can say. For example, if we are considering the situation of people, so universal set would be all the population of the complete earth. And for example, and this could be like the population of India. This set could represent the population of India. So all sets are the subset of universal set and it is represented by a circle. And all these are the elements of the set. Set A. But all these are not the elements of set A, but elements of U. Alright. This is the simple explanation of Venn diagrams, and it will going to help us in future understanding the future concepts. Next is categories, or you can say types of sets that we should know. First is null set. Null set is basically the set which is empty and does not have any element. It is represented by this symbol. It means nothing, or this symbol. So null set can be represented by either this symbol or this symbol, which does not contain any elements. For example, X is a set, X is an element of set all where X square is equal to 4 and X is odd, because obviously X is an even number, but condition is it should be odd. So there is no element in this set. Next is infinite set. For example, all the set of all the natural number is an infinite set because it starts with 1 but it ends till infinity. So it is an infinite set. But if we can count the number of elements in the set, it is a finite set. Otherwise, it is an infinite set. These are some of the examples. Let W be the set of days of the week. Then W is a finite because we have 7 elements in this set. And let S be the solution of the equation X is equal to 4. So here X is minus 4 limited. This is a limited set. Okay, because it has 2 elements. Next is G is the set of points on a line, because in line we can have infinite number of points, so it is an infinite set. These are some of the examples. Okay, so it is basically, if we want to represent a infinite set in roster form, we use this sort of a notation. It means it will continue, and it also means that it is coming from the back. We have elements here as well and here as well, and there is some of the elements are mentioned here, so you can recognize the pattern. These are again some of the questions that you can practice to understand the concept better. For example, you can see if this set is a finite or not. It is a finite set because it has 2 elements. This is also a finite set. This is not a finite set, and this is also not a finite set because there are uncountable odd numbers. Next is a universal set. As we discuss about Venn diagram, universal set represents all the possible cases that we can have is represented by universal set. In Venn diagram, it is represented by rectangle. Another is singleton set. For example, and a set which have only single element is a singleton set. So this is like one of the example. Set S is a singleton because it has only one element. So another question for you is if this is a singleton set or not. So you can think about it and write that answer in the comments. Two sets A and B are said to be equal if they have exactly the same elements, and then we can write A is equal to B. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the elements of set A, and 3, 1, 4, 2 exactly the same element but different order. And as we have discussed, the order does not matter. These are same sets. Let A be the set of prime number less than 6 and P be the set of prime factors of 30. Then A and P are equal because 2, 3 and 5 are the members of this set also and this set also. So these are also, this is also an equal set. For example, another example is X is the set of letter in alloy. So this set will be A, comma L, comma O, comma Y. And let's see this set L, comma O, comma Y, comma A. So if they have same members, A, L, O and Y, both have same members in different order, so they are same set, because order does not matter. This is one of the question you can solve and see if out of all these things, which set is equal. Next is subset. If A and B are sets such that every element of A is also an element of B, then A is said to be the subset of B, and it is denoted by this symbol. In Venn diagram, we can see this is the whole universe which has number 1 to 10, and A has element 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, and element B has 4 and 6 in it, because all the elements of B are contained in set A, so B is a subset of A, and we can see that in Venn diagram as well, because B is completely contained in A, that is why B is a subset of A. Okay, so A is not a subset of B, at least one element of A does not belong to B, then we can write A is not a subset of B. If any of the element of B does not belong to A, it is not a subset of B. These are some of the properties that you can see. Every set A is a subset of itself, that makes sense. Null set is also a subset of all these sets, and because it is empty, and if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then A is a subset of C. Basically, in Venn diagram, if we see this is the universe. This is, let's suppose, set A, and B is a subset of A and C is a subset of B. So we can see that C is also a subset of A. So we can verify this property through Venn diagram. This is another question. You can see, basically if we want to find the number of subsets of a set, then we can use this formula 2 raised to power n. For example, if a set A has 5 elements, the number of subsets would be 32. So let's find out the subsets of these set. It will have 2 raised to power 3, because it has 3 elements and it would be 8. So one set would be, subset would be empty set, another would be pair of 1, then pair of 2, and another would be set itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is how you can calculate the number and the subset of a set. Next is a superset. In same example, we saw that B is a subset of A. We can also say that A is a superset of B. That's it. Okay, another concept is proper subset. Any subset A is said to be proper subset of another set B if A is a subset of B, but there is at least one element of B which does not belong to A. Then we can say it is a proper subset of B. Equal sets, we have already discussed about these. If all the elements of one set are also present in another set, and if all the elements of second set is also in the first set, then these are equal sets. You can also say that if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then they are equal. That's it for today. We will continue in the next lecture and we will learn about the operations on sets. Thank you.